Hello, welcome back to another edition of Metaverse in the News. My name is Ed Haravon, co-founder of Get Real. I'm here with my co-founder Rob Merrilees to talk about some of the news and stories that are impacting the world of immersive technology this week. And Rob, I wanted to start out first by a headline that's getting a lot of buzz on various different channels throughout the week, and it's related to an old augmented reality player that we used to know named Google. Kind of making a comeback, so to speak, at least in the public eye. I know they've been doing a lot of stuff privately, but they announced earlier this week the release of their AR Core Cloud Anchor API, with this relation to AR Core Geospatial API, which is going to help them leverage the same technology or similar technology, location-based technology that they use for Google Street View and Google Maps, to be able to allow developers to patch into that for augmented reality applications. I know that we've all been kind of familiar and comfortable with the way Google Maps works and how we can leverage some of that technology as it exists today, but some really interesting potential use cases for AR developers out there, Rob. And I was curious to know what you think about what that might lead for the next coming months for the types of applications that we'll see available to consumers.
It's going to take a little while, but it is exciting to see that a well-funded player like Google is continuing the efforts that they started several years ago, but failed in augmented reality. They failed at the consumer level, and they've had some enterprise efforts going on, and this application that they foreshadowed the other day at Google I/O is, I think, one of the more exciting developments that will come down the pike. And I'll give you a couple of examples why. So if you think back to 2-3 years ago when you and I were talking about all the different impacts that technology ultimately could make, one of the things that we talked about is when we had a form factor that looked, like glasses, and that you could wear them walking down the street. I think the example that you and I talked about was walking through in Washington, D.C. And you look to the left and you see a restaurant, an old-time restaurant or bar. And if, depending upon how you had previously programmed your device, your glasses, you could see what major historical events had happened in that restaurant. And you walk in and you can see so-and-so and so-and-so met here, and the president met the prime minister of whatever country over here. But your companion, who had an entirely different set of programming instructions to their glasses, could look and see what wood the table was made out of, if that's what they were interested in. And that ability to kind of programmatically predetermine what information it is that you see and you absorb, and to do so in a comprehensive way, is really a phenomenal thing, because then you can walk out of the restaurant and say, hey, I need to go meet whomever it is that I need to go meet, and have all the traditional technology that we have today, but in your glasses also. And so in one form factor, you have anything from a historical application to informational, background on different types of table, what brand tables are and what they're made of, to the information that we're all already familiar with. And ultimately, that's extraordinarily powerful. And Google's just one player in this. If you think about who has mapped the world, who has the most information that's mapped the world, it's actually probably Tesla, who might ultimately be the ultimate metaverse digital twin company. But Google putting it out there and putting some video with it to show us kind of what this technology looks like, and you can go to the web and find that the videos for it, is a pretty striking way to help people kind of mature their thinking about this technology and what it can do. But tell me what your take is.
Well, I mean, no bigger name than Google out there. No one has more access to geospatial data than they do with all of their Street View technology, and the fact that they can leverage that library. To me, what's most exciting about this is the practicality, the pragmatism of what it's going to give developers, what they can bring to consumers. So, I mean, I've seen in the article from the developer blog that was posted, things like micro location, whether it be better pickup points for ride shares, how to enter stadiums, traffic flow during emergencies when public authorities need to shift based on a development, whether it be an emergency or a large event in dense urban areas, having be able to lock on to your location very quickly and receive instructions through an application. I agree. When that world's painted all over my AR glasses and I'm walking the street, that's going to be amazing. But the fact that this is going to be compatible right away with mobile AR technology in the phone, everybody's got a cell phone. So I think that there's just going to be a wealth of creativity that can put practical applications into the hands of users using some of this technology. I'm excited to be game developers, other branding, marketing experiences that can be triggered. This now gives Google and their developers and anybody who uses this software package a very easy way to become much more powerful in the AR applications that they want to build. So I'm excited to see what happens sooner as well as later.